Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark 3 and welcome back to the From Ashes of Empire campaign in From the Depths. As you can see, there's been a slight bit of progress and I have things moving, I have vehicles, I have stuff, and also the game is still very buggy, so yeah. Oh well, got to take what we've got. I have progressed a little bit compared to where I was before, which is I've got a pair of scuttlebugs out now. The second one's finished and moved out to replace the derrick, so they're both being harvested at full speed. I have a worker CRC on the move, and that should tell you exactly what I've done. So escape and go into the menu quickly. Presenting the worker CRC. I took the CRC because it's Civilian Resource Carrier, which is another partial suggestion from one of you guys, so thank you for that. But none of you actually chose Worker, though you were suggesting the Ant, and then the Carrier Ant, which is not actually a name for an ant type that I know of. So, yep, sorry about that. But there was actually a bunch of suggestions going with an ant theme, so I chose Worker Ant, which is the closest analogue as far as ants go. And it keeps with the whole insectoid kind of theme, which seems to be going on for all these vehicles. But yes, a worker CRC. It has also been modified so it's got a single repair bot and it's got a single repair tentacle as well, so it can support nearby vehicles and fix itself so long as it doesn't get damaged much. Though the repair bot is highly vulnerable. It's not meant to get in a fight at all, so that's why I went with civilian rather than armoured or... what was the other one? I didn't go with armoured or anything like that, so yeah. This is working. And while getting all that sorted out, I've gathered 13,500 resources in my central base, so I'm in a good position to start building stuff again. And yes, I'm afraid this is going to be another building session. Also, thank you for telling me how to get the actual patrol mode working, because that has let me set this up without having to go digging around trying to find that. So thank you very much for that. Though I also must admit that I was getting it wrong when I was playing around with the resource settings, and it was bugging out because of that. So I had to rebuild my transport and remove the resource settings from it, because what you really need is fleet supply mode. And what's going... yeah, okay, this is bugging out again. Hooray! I thought I'd fixed this. Apparently I have not. Yeah, this is what I want to avoid. The resource is just bouncing back and forth. So I don't know why the worker is trying to send resources back to the scuttlebug. I don't think it is. It's just bugging out like that right now, but that's what I was trying to avoid before by telling it that the scuttlebug's supposed to be empty. The worker was supposed to be having no settings. I did try installing settings and things to pull things out of the resources, but you know. But it seems to be working roughly as intended, so I'm going to leave it at that. Now then, getting on with this. This is going to be another building episode, I'm afraid. So this is going to be the episode where I create my first tank. Because quite frankly, I need to have a defensive unit to protect my stuff. And I also need to have something mobile because, as I mentioned right at the start, this game is still bugged for me. I am a lot further along than my previous episode's ending, but that includes another restart because the save was bugged again, and so it's gone straight back through again and all that. So if I place buildings down, I know they're not going to be where I want them to be. And if they're not where I want them to be, they're going to be changing position every video. And that's going to be great for all involved. Ah yes, my first bit of metal construction. It's going to be a fairly small tank actually. Pretty light, I think. Just need to get it worked out, so... where do I want the treads to be? Like that. Yeah, that's a decent size, I think. So yeah, this is going to be a very light tank. It's going to be small. It's going to be a drone kind of tank. So hopefully something I can produce in good quantities, which means it's going to be cheap in terms of weapons and armor. So if you're looking for the heavy weaponry and stuff, it's not going to be on this thing. It's not going to be ready. But it's also going to be built in the same kind of style as the existing vehicles as well. Ooh, actually, I just had an interesting thought. What if I did it like this instead? Yeah. Yeah. Since it's a combat vehicle, let's give it 3 tracks instead. So that means the last track needs to go here. Sure, why not? Okay. This is going to be a 3-track vehicle. In roughly that kind of layout. Just because, you know? Extra tracks, extra resistance to taking damage. Hopefully it'll keep going. Though let's actually spread this out slightly further as well. So let's get a couple of those, yep. And then I want it to be like that. Yeah, that looks interesting. Let's go with that as the base, the basic pattern for it. Anyway, I mentioned that it's bugged out again. And it has, because it would refuse to load the save. I had to restart it again. I had to get it back all the way to here again. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that for the turning, and then the rest of it's all power wheels. So a little bit of power at the front, mostly steering, and then at the back it is just power. So yeah, that looks like a fairly stable base. Sure, let's go with that. But I know that you guys prefer a mix of building and combat in these FCT videos. At least that's how it seemed to me so far. But I also know that this particular series has been entirely building focused, because this is the initial setup stage. And there's not a lot to be done about that, unfortunately. But also, I don't really want to say this, but I hope that the enemies continue to not take an interest in me and attack me just yet. I couldn't withstand it, to be blunt. I just couldn't withstand it. Oh wait, there was something else I wanted to do here. What was it? Oh yeah, rubber. Let's have a look at the rubber blocks. Oh, they're just flat cubes. I can't shape them, so never mind. I'm saying that because of the whole restarting bug thing that's going on. If I have to keep restarting, so long as it's in this build-up phase, I can manage it to a certain extent. So it'll be okay. That's why I'm going for vehicles instead of structure designs, so that the vehicles will be moving around anyway, so it's not going to be any inconsistencies any time I have to reload it. So hooray for that. But if I start getting to the stage where I'm fighting the AI empires, then that's going to be a tipping point, because the battles are going to be different, the outcomes will be different, and the variables are just going to go out of control. So if the game is still not loading up properly at that point, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to say that that'll be a series breaker, and the series will no longer be possible to really continue. Because from that point on, it's just, I can't recreate it. The fights are going to do differently, the outcomes will be different, the damage I take will be different. I couldn't control it, I couldn't replicate it with each restart, and the further I have to go in, the further I have to go trying to recreate everything as well. So it's just not doable if this bug can't be fixed, or I don't have a workaround for it. And to that end, I've actually put a complete transcript of the bug report onto the forums, and I hope that someone knows something that will fix it. Because I've tried searching around the forums and I've not found anything that will really help at all. So, you know, fingers crossed, because I want this series to continue. Oh yeah, this is shaping up quite nicely, I think. Well, it's definitely going to be different. But anyway, I've spent 10 minutes now babbling on about my problems while I get the basic shape done, so it is now time for a skip. while I get more of this vehicle actually put together and in a presentable fashion. So, yeah, I'll see you in a few moments. Well, darn it. Heresy! You, an unbeliever so near the lands of the flayed god, heretic! You shall be purified upon the altar of the Master of Pain, the thrasher of barbed chains, the tormentor of souls. Only once you have bled to the last drop can you hope to grovel at his feet and bask in his glory. We, the high priest of the white flayers, vow to bring you into his fold. Your end is nigh, heretic. You are now at war with the white flayers. That is exactly what I was hoping would not happen, but yes, here it is. So this is going to end well. Sheesh. War between player and the white flayers. Can I diplomacy it? I hope I can. Hang on, there is a diplomacy option, isn't there? Oh, here we go, yeah, diplomacy. Diplomacy. Factions. Switch page. Oh. White flayers. At war. Okay. Diplomatic actions insult. That's no help. And I'm being raided by the Dustwind Gypsies as well, even better. Okay. So I was hoping to avoid any kind of combat coming up this soon, but this vehicle is just not ready to roll. Unfortunately, so hooray for this. That means I'm going to have to do what I said I hoped I would not, and actually get into some fighting already. So, yay! This is... Hopefully this won't mess everything up. Actually, I should, yeah. But yeah, I think you can see the basic shape of this vehicle right now. It is looking very nice, and it's also matching the theme which I've been given the rest of the vehicles so far. Quite nicely, I think. So yeah, I am quite happy with this base for my tank. Though I'm not too happy that I am now about to get hit by a fight. Oh, damn it all. Well, Scuttlebug versus a bunch of smites, and I don't have anything in the nearby to defend. It's going to start in 100 seconds. Slow time. Yeah. Hopefully the Scuttlebug will actually be able to do something about this. But I'm going to have to teleport to it anyway. See if I can fix the balance. Come on, load in the land if you please. Because I have seen some of Lathrix's videos on this thing, so I know that that's a bug he's run into. You've got to let the terrain spawn in before you get started, but we're about to have a battle test of the Scuttlebug's main cannon. And come on, land, spawn in. Oh, there we go, terrain. Though it is going really slowly, and I've only got like 1,000 resources left in the area to try and use, so yeah, this is going to be a test of the Scuttlebug and see if it can actually survive this. Yeah. Here we go. Pull everything out. The Scuttlebug's going to have to fight by itself. And I honestly don't know what these are. What are they? Smite and something else back there versus my Scuttlebug, which is not meant for combat. Hooray! Begin. Oh, it's those bike things, I think. Yep, Scuttlebug's not meant for this. Oh, jeez. No, stay away! Ow! Ooh, suicide units. Suicide nuke units! Oh, great. Come on, Scuttlebug, you can survive this. Stay alive! Ow. Ah. Well. Yeah. That's great, isn't it? The Scuttlebug has survived it, but it is badly damaged. And yeah. I think I need a different approach to this. And I need a way to fix this darn thing as well. It's too badly damaged. I think my main hope here has to be to get this new tank ready to roll. And hope it can protect my forces, because those nuclear-armed suicide bikes were actually very nasty. I'm surprised by those things. I didn't know that they were actually a thing in this game. So, yeah. That's good to know, isn't it? Let's get this thing fixed up. The Scuttlebug is still limping home, since I decided that was the best way I could deal with it. Just call it back, but it's 66 meters a second, so yeah, that thing is badly damaged. But in better news, my tank is coming along quite nicely, and I haven't been attacked again just yet. This is going to be its basic layer. It's not going to be very thickly armoured from underneath. It's only got 1 meter of armour protection and a couple of repair bots under there, suspended higher up off the ground by its trackpad arrangement. But in the middle here, I'm giving the walls 2 meter thick metal armour, just to try and protect it a bit, since I know that it's got high armour piercing cannons, thanks to what you guys have warned me about. There's a lot of armour piercing ammo being thrown about in this campaign, apparently. And then in the core of it, I've got a small resource set here, which is more of a backup. If that detonates, it won't damage anything really up at the front. But the main resources and ammo at the back here, where it's got some more fuel storage, again, so that if it takes heavy damage, it can still keep on rolling, which is going to be quite nice. It needs to have some repair tentacles, not bots, tentacles. It's already got some bots on it, to try and keep things going here as well, so it can actually fix up others of its kind nearby, making it more of a localized support. No, don't want that one. What am I doing? Compact tentacles, thank you. And I just removed something important. What was that? Oh, aim point selection, yes. Aim point selection, and that is in here, yeah. Whoopsie. So it's got a single repair bot, sorry, repair tentacles that can help fix things nearby. Ah, the Scuttlebug is being fixed up, good. So this is the basic core layout of what's going to go into it, and as you can see, it's also going to carry an advanced cannon as a relatively cheap but useful weapon excuse me, weapon system. It's only going to be an 80mm, but it's got twin HE warheads, a composite head to give it a faster speed, and a lot of gunpowder casing compared with a bleed base to give it a more effective go over that way as fast as you can. It's very small, I admit, especially by the standards of the previous campaign, but it's still a case of be cheap. And it's being attacked again. Damn it. Okay. So yeah, it's got a small explosive radius, a little bit of damage on it, but that should detonate a nuke, hopefully. Its main trait, though, is its fast reload, a bit of damage, some piercing. It's really high travel speed of nearly 500 meters a second, though. So it's going to be a fast shell at a very low cost, so that's more or less what I'm doing. Let's see. It's the Scuttlebug that's been ambushed again, isn't it? Yep. Okay, where's that AI vehicle? Dauntless, I want you involved in this.
Rolling into formation on my way.
Come on, get down there. Actually, there we go. I don't want that actually in the same fleet as the rest, so it can go off down there and hopefully help out. Because that is really the only hope of that Scuttlebug, that this Dauntless can do the trick. Because again, my defences just aren't ready yet. Stupid AI rapid growth patterns. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to add an engine to this, don't I? That would be good. So yep, see you in a few moments when I get back into the fighting.
Yes?
Okay, here we go. The scuttlebug is still there. The Dauntless is actually moving in to engage, so there is that. And now I'm going to see how good this AI vehicle I've never really looked at is going to be
Yes?
in this fight. So here we go, begin the battle. Oh, give the AI control would probably be a good idea. Ooh, that is a lot of ammo. And torpedoes, I see missiles. Oh, jeez. Well, that went well. Yep, this is going great. Oh, jeez, it's one of those things. I don't have a decent answer to that. Oh, no. Oops, where am I? Oh, it's getting run over. Fine. Give me that. Yeah. Yeah, that went really well. The Dauntless is dead. Everything's dead. I better get over here. Hang on, what? Wait, what's dead? What's that dead over? Oh, that's the scuttlebug that's dead. Fine. I better save this thing before I get overrun. Wow. Save this vehicle as the half-built tank, because that is exactly what it is. Honestly, it's been a while since I played campaign, so I forgot that if you increase the enemy growth like that, you better protect yourself really darn quick, because I am about to get wiped out. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't have anything else that can help me, so, you know. This is it.
Yes?
I need to bring it all in. Yeah, this is going to go great. I don't think I actually have any guns anymore, do I? I don't, no. I don't think I have any guns whatsoever. Base is here. I really should have fortified this thing more. Hindsight's a lovely thing. What the? Oh, I thought that was particle cannon from over there. Oops, here comes the missiles. You know what? I'm just going to sit here and watch. That is quite a nice vehicle, that, actually. But still. Not how I wanted this episode to go at all. But I don't think I can really do much at this point. I've got that thing raining down armor-piercing shells on me from on high. Wait, what's death ray? The hell's this? I have no idea. Hello, Flayer thing. Are you having fun? Oh, of course, it's got shields, yeah. Oh, maybe I can go this way. Maybe I can get at its engine. Let me in. Come on. Oh, I see something. I think that was the main engine block, actually. I've just crippled this thing. Hooray! Vengeance is mine! You white Flayer SOB. But now I'm just randomly spraying bullets into your interior. Oh, I touched something off. And you're mine! Okay, I've got a vehicle. I might survive this. Maybe. You have a vehicle controller? Yes, I do. Oh no, it crippled the turret. Of course it did. Right. What can I do with this thing then? Not a whole lot. Because it's... Yeah. It is... I think this thing is a bit dead. Oh well. Come on, I can survive this. I've got to leave that alone because it's dead, so let's very... I'm going to ignore that as well. Can't do anything about it. You know what this calls for? Emergency missile launcher. Definitely. Oh, no, that's dead as well. Darn it. Yeah, I can't win this. I'm going to have to say that's game over. Campaign lost. Enemies all around me, killing me very, very horribly. And I wish I could stick around for the whole finale, and it's like, oh hey, you get to see me get killed all over again, but there's no point really. You've seen me trying to push it back, but I can't build anything under assault from these two. So yeah, I'm going to have to call it there. You priest. Yeah, I can't stop these. So this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for the abrupt end to the campaign just there. I got pushed into the fighting before I was ready for it because I forgot how much you have to hurry when you're up against a double resource, sorry, a double build-up speed empire in campaign mode. So that's my bad. That I just wasn't ready at all. On the plus side, though, I got designs ready, so I'll be able to pick this back up again. And I will fast forward to get to the same point, but for the moment, you've got this view of me losing for your entertainment. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you some other time. Hopefully on this game, which is fixed so it can actually load properly. Fingers crossed. I'll see you later. Yes, I know. My tank chassis is still there and mostly intact. So, yeah. I'm definitely going in a good direction with that thing.